Hey people of the internet, and welcome to the November issue of Nerd Boner with me, Clary's Teacups, or Claire, just to you guys. So the format of Nerd Boner has changed ever so slightly. I apologise for the really poor lighting in here, but I have no additional lighting at the moment, and it is 20 to 7 at night. So, yes, Nerd Boner is now changing to a monthly fixture purely because of personal commitment and university and stuff like that. I just can't make it as much as I would like to, so I'm going to make it once a month. So this is going to be the October issue of Nerd Boner. I think I may have said November before. It's not. It's October. So anyway, let's get right into it. First up on our list of wonderful nerdy stories today is the story of Justice League and Avengers 2. It has now been officially revealed that both movies will be releasing around the same time in 2015. Now, I don't know if this is like the greatest marketing ploy of all time, or if there's someone in Hollywood that's just really, really dumb. Personally, I don't really see how Justice League can stand up to Avengers 2, but if I can, I will see both of them. Because that's what I do. I go and see things like that. Personally, I think it's a really, really stupid idea because they're trying to sort of force some kind of like rivalry between them where, in my opinion, you just go and see Avengers 2. That's what you do. It's going to be harder for Justice League because they haven't built up that oh my godness yet that Avengers has already managed to build up by having a kick-ass movie. So that's going to be difficult, but those will be both out around the same time in 2015, so that's something to look forward to. Next up in our nerdy news stories, drama for the Transformers cast. As some of you may know, the voice of Megatron in the movies is done by the amazing actor Hugo Weaving, who played other such wonderfully nerdy roles as Agent Smith, V, and Elron of Rivendell. Hello. So yeah. Apparently there was some drama a while ago where Weaving basically came out with a comment basically saying that he did not rate his sort of character in the Transformers movies doing the voice of Megatron. He wasn't really behind it, he didn't really feel for it, he didn't think it was the best role of his life. What's that? I'm going to take these off so you don't have a glare from it. Yeah, he basically said that it wasn't the best role of his life, it wasn't something he was incredibly proud of doing, he wasn't not proud of it, he just didn't really rate it rather. And Michael Bay, being the oh so non-dramatic guy that he is, has hit back with a statement that has now been taken down from Michael Bay's website, and I will read it for you now. Do you ever get sick of actors that make $15 million a picture or even $200,000 for voiceover work that took a brisk 1 hour and 43 minutes to complete, and then complain about their jobs? With all the problems facing our world today, do these grumbling thespians really think people reading the news actually care about trivial complaints that their job wasn't artistic enough or fulfilling enough? I guess the Hollywood Reporter thinks so. What happened to people who had integrity, who did a job, got paid for their hard work, and just smiled afterwards? Be happy you even have a job, let alone a job that pays you more than 98% of the people in America. I have a wonderful idea for all these whiners. They can give their unhappy job money to a wonderful elephant rescue, to the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust in Africa. I will match the funds they donate. Michael Bay. Well, props to the guy for wanting to do something for charity. But Michael Bay, you're a whiny little bitch. No one cares. Sorry. Next up on the show today is some news about the casting for the Amazing Spider-Man sequel. As any of you who have seen it will know, the characters of Mary Jane and Harry Osborn were not in the Amazing Spider-Man, choosing to rather go with the character of Gwen Stacy. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know, I'm open to it, but I've never really been a fantastic fan of the Spider-Man movies. I just have yet to see them do a really fantastic one. But it has now been released that Mary Jane and Harry Osborn will be recast for the Amazing Spider-Man sequel. So they will be in the movie, but they will not be played by Kirsten Dunst and James Franco. Next up, some news that will be very close to the hearts of all Warcraft players out there. It has now come out in American news that State Senate candidate Colleen Lashkowitz, is that how you say it? I'm very sorry, Colleen, it's not, has come under fire from opponents for admitting to playing World of Warcraft. Apparently there was an advert that released at some point saying like in Colleen's online fantasy world she is Santiago, an orc assassination rogue, basically showing how Warcraft is not just for people who sit inside and down cratons of Mountain Dew. It's not that bad. I did that last night. But it was just basically showing how, you know, World of Warcraft is not strictly limited to the very inclusive gaming community. And now it's come back that people are actually having a go at her for doing that, which I thought is just... So yeah, an email was sent to reporters by main GOP communications director David Sorensen, condemning Lashkowitz for living a time-consuming double life as a member of the World of Warcraft community. States the email, Lashkowitz lives vicariously through her character, a level 85 rogue named Santiago, and regularly posts as her on online forums, including the Daily Kos. And if Sorensen's indignation at the idea of a public servant playing an MMORPG in which they stab people isn't funny enough, her website should do the trick, because she's just basically turned around and gone, which I think is fantastic. She's posted some things on her own personal website basically saying, so I'm a level 868 orc rogue girl. That means I stab things. A lot. Who wouldn't have thought that a peace-loving social worker and Democrat would enjoy that? And basically taking the piss out of everything that this Sorensen dickhead has sent out, trying to basically include a witch hunt. So personally, I think that's fantastic. And do you know what, Colleen? More power to you, girl. And finally, what I personally see to be some great news is that we have now finally had some new pictures released from the set of Iron Man 3. You can see them through the Daily Mail website, or you can head over to one of my personally favourite websites of all time, marysue.com, and you can find pictures of what they're calling Mustard Iron Man. I could agree with that. And 4th of July themed War Machine. So if you guys want to head over to those websites, you can take a look there. And that concludes this month's episode of Nerd Boner. If you guys have anything specific that you want me to talk about, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below, or to send me an email to my email address, which will also be below. There'll be another episode of Nerd Boner coming up in the next couple of weeks, which is a specifically themed Firefly episode, which should be awesome. Anyway, until then, hope you all have a fantastic month, and I'll see you at the end of November. Peace.